That song, like, I wrote that song to Blake. Like, that was me saying, Blake, like, don't, I love you, don't go, you know what I mean?
What's up, friends? It's your girl, Emily Curl. We are backstage here at our iHeartRadio Music Festival. And you guys, we are joined by the one and only, the fashion icon, the music icon, Gwen Stefani is here backstage. Can we give it up for Gwen?
Oh my God, thank you.
You are kicking off our
Why
festival.
are you so, first of all, why are you so cute?
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm like dying right now.
Okay, that's my favorite compliment I've ever received. So thank you so much. This is going to take me far. Welcome to iHeartRadio Festival.
Thank you.
We are so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be, I can't believe I'm back. It's like, I have a lot of memories from this festival, actually.
I was going to say, we were going down memory lane. The last time you performed on the stage was 2012, right?
I don't know,
No Doubt.
but
Like at some point.
I know it was it was a while ago, and it was with No Doubt.
Yeah.
And it never gets old to be invited. You know, it's like there's so many. It's like anyone that's anyone is here, and you just feel like, wow, I'm here too. It just never gets old. It's so exciting. It's an honor. And I'm excited because today I have new music, so it's just a next level of being here.
This really is the best day ever. It keeps getting better.
I think this might be the best day ever.
To wake up to new Gwen music, a new single, somebody else's, first and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you.
That first listen is so sacred. And listening this morning, I mean, it's so beautiful and raw, and like you just feel so relatable as well, and just so fun.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about this single.
You know what? It's one of those things where not just the single, but the process of writing this record has been a long one, and I guess that fight to want to do it and how it took that long, and all the healing that has gone on from the last record to this record, and trying to figure out who I am now, what I want to say, how am I going to write a record, you know, in between my busy life being a mom and all the things I have going on. It's like, but we got there, and I feel like I just wanted to make something that felt like I wasn't chasing me from before, or I wasn't trying to compete with the past. I'm just me now, and what I want to say now, what I need to say right now. And so, I don't know. The first single was definitely one of those ones where I wasn't even going to put it on the record because I just felt like I don't want to talk about the past. You know what I mean? But then it felt like once the record was complete, it was like I needed to show where the love kind of grew. You know what I mean? So I kind of had to touch on the dark to see the light. So I feel like it was kind of a perfect, it just rose to the front of the line, and everybody was like, that's the single. I was like, I know, that's what's so weird.
So you felt it too. You were like,
I was like, no, this is it. And then just having it come out today and feel the energy of just being able to read everybody's comments and just feel that love. It's like, wow, this is a crazy feeling.
And the entire project, the new album Bouquet, which we're so excited for. You kind of touched on this. What else are we going to see? What other sides of Gwen are we going to see in this album?
Well, I mean, the whole album I feel like was inspired by being in the back of the station wagon on the way to church when I was a little girl, listening to that 70s kind of, now we call it yacht rock or whatever you want to call it, classic rock. And I just feel like those songs they're just such imprinted, classic memory, good feelings, and I wanted to make a record that kind of had that sound, you know what I mean, for me. And so I actually was able to work with a producer I was dying to work with, Scott Hendricks. He's actually a country producer.
Yes.
I met him through Blake. He's an absolute genius. I mean, we're talking about next level. And but he could never work with me because he was tied up in contracts and stuff. And 4 days after he retired, I had sent him Purple Irises, and I sent him some of the songs, and he wrote me back. I was like, oh my God, Scott's texting me. He's like, I can't stop listening to this. And I was like, oh my God, look what Scott wrote. And I was so scared to ask him, would you do my record? Thinking because he's never done anything outside of country. And he was all about it. And 4 days after he retired, we went to Nashville. We cut it with an amazing group of musicians that each person that was there, they only heard an acoustic version of each song, a really bad acoustic version of each song. And then they just all came together and just started playing the songs one at a time. It was literally a spiritual experience.
And how cool the Blake connection, and then Blake ended up being on the song, which is such a beautiful full circle.
And that song, I wrote that song to Blake. That was me saying, Blake, don't, I love you, don't go. You know what I mean? The insecure thing that you get. Yeah. Not that he makes me that way, but it just is natural.
Yes, we've all felt that.
And then when he kept loving that song so much, he's like, hey, don't put this out yet. Don't put it out. And I'm like, well, what do you mean don't put it out? Save it. And I was like, wait a minute, do you want to be on this song? Like, I can rewrite it. I'll do it. I can rewrite that, you know, whatever you want. And then I ended up, like, I was at the studio and I was like, hey, were you serious about wanting to maybe be on it? And I was like, because come over right now. And he literally was there in like 20 minutes and sang on it. And,
wow.
And then Scott produced it. So it was just
such a beautiful, full
an
circle.
honor to have him on it, because it's such a different, it's like such a different kind of song for him to be on.
Yeah, I also love to see what you're going to do visually, and the album artwork is so stunning.
Thank
and
you.
It was such a vibe.
Tell
me a little bit about how you pieced that creative process together.
I love doing that stuff, obviously,
Yeah.
but you know, after years and years, you start like running out of ideas. But I don't know. I just started thinking these things, they just come. But I was thinking about when we did Purple Irises, I was like, I got to do this with Ellen von Unwerth. She's just like an amazing photographer. She's, you know, I've worked with her before. She just does beautiful stuff. I started thinking about like all of the guest campaigns she did back in the, like, I think that was the 90s, 80s. I don't know. Who cares? It was a while ago. And it was like, she was like doing these iconic pictures. And I wanted something that felt like that, like classic and beautiful and artistic. And so I texted her and she responded. And I was like, and she flew in. It was like, it happened really fast. Of course, the day of the shoot, I was like, the day of the shoot, it's like raining outside. It's like, there were so many things that actually went wrong, but it turned out so good at the end of the day.
It's so beautiful. We're so excited for the album. So happy to have you here back in Vegas. And you used to have a residency here. What do you remember most about those Vegas shows?
I think for me, it was like, I think what I got out of it, it was like, I feel like being a Vegas singer or whatever, like it's a different kind of experience where I feel like you have to have experience to be able to do it, because it's not easy. And it's like, it's very like, there's a lot of spontaneity. It's a lot of like, you want to really engage the audience. You're competing against all of Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different kinds of show. And I feel like I really grew as a performer being here and doing those shows. I also just felt like I got to be really creative. It was at a great place in my career to be able to sum up like everything I'd done and make a show that really just kind of showed where I was at in my life, and like make a statement like that. I think that was really beautiful, and having people come from all over the world to be there is so different than you going, okay, I'm gonna be in Dallas, and you're, you know, it's me and you guys. This is like me and you guys. Like,
and did it feel, even a huge crowd, did it feel more intimate in that way?
It is more. It's so much smaller than the shows that I've done. You know what I mean? I mean, you always used to do like small shows in the beginning, of course, and then you get used to doing like bigger amphitheaters and things, and this is more like a theater. So it's just different, and I loved it. I really did. I'm proud of it. It was hard though too. It's like it's like 60 something shows, and people do way more than that. But for me, it was just a moment, and I feel proud of it.
Yes, as you should. And we were so excited for it. We're so happy to have you back in Vegas on our stage tonight. Gwen, thank you so much for your time. We're so excited for all the new music. Oh my God, thank you. Give me up one more time for Gwen Stefani. Thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here, and don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. See you next time.